Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however you have found me. Thank you for joining me for week 42 in our book, Queen of the Castle, 52 Weeks of Encouragement for the Uninspired, Domestically Challenged, or Just Plain Tired Homemaker by Lynn Bowen Walker. Our this week is on friendship, and this actually couldn't come at a better time. During this time in life, our seasons can be sometimes very overwhelming, and we don't always find time to reach out to our friends and connect with our friends. And it's important to do that, to maintain those friendships. Those valued friendships are pertinent when we're struggling, when we need help with kids because we're not feeling well or we're overwhelmed or there's something going on. If family's not close, friends are the first ones we call. And this was one of those chapters that really hit home with me. This weekend, the reason why this is coming in late today is this weekend I went on a women's retreat, and I actually hadn't looked ahead. I actually had just kind of put this off and thought, it's not a big deal. I'll get to it when I get back, and it'll be a day late, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm actually glad it worked, I believe, in my favor, because I went to a women's retreat this weekend in Canby with some church ladies. There were 57 of us. And I want to tell you that it was a weekend of renewal, not just in my faith and things that I know I need to work on for me, but it allowed me to be there for my closest friends, as well as some of my closest friends, as well as other women who were struggling with something, and they had no idea that I also struggled with something similar. And it just was an amazing blessing to be there this weekend and to share life with others. Well, depending on where you're at in your season and what's going on and where those kiddos are running you to and from, or if you're driving them everywhere, if they're at the point where they're driving but you still have maybe a part-time job or a full-time job and you're trying to get to where you need to go, I just want to encourage you to take some time. And she actually has ideas for 5-minute friendships, and this is fantastic. She says, order a pizza and have it delivered to a friend's house. Well, now everyone's delivering. You can have almost anything delivered these days with COVID restrictions. Uber drivers, Uber Eats, I know there's more out there that do deliveries for food. So it's not just the pizza man that delivers now, or the pizza car that delivers. It's everybody. So order. Find out what your friends' favorites are and order something for their family. Next time you pop into a coffee place, grab a gift card for your friend, or an ice cream shop, and just pop it in the mail. You can pray for them via email. Weekly, our church does a weekly, here's what's going on, here are some people who need prayers, so on and so forth. And I try to at least send out 2 a week, letting someone know that they're in my prayers for whatever reason, or sending a note of encouragement to someone, or even thanking someone who has touched my life in the last week. And that was one of the things at the retreat, is they gave us 3, someone had made these wonderful cards. There were 3 cards, and the goal was to write cards to 3 different women at the retreat that you wanted to reach out to, whether they had been in a group that you were in and they said something that inspired you or encouraged you, or maybe you just wanted to encourage them or inspire them in some way. And it was very lovely and so wonderful. Leave a have a good day sticky note on her door or her car if you're close by. Now that's kind of a neat idea. I love that. Here in Oregon and the area I'm at, we're getting into the rainy season, so that may not be the best, but what a neat way. And right now with our phones, we can send a text. I have a Polo or Marco Polo app on my phone. There's WhatsApp app. There's lots of different ways that you can very quickly just send a note of some sort. And the last one, it says send stickers in the mail to cheer on. I love the mail, really. That is so powerful. We have gotten away from note writing, and I don't know why, but the recipients of the cards that I've sent or the notes I've sent have been very appreciative and have, some of them have called me, some of them have texted me, some of them have written something back, and it's just so encouraging. You know that as homemakers, we have no built-in lunch breaks or breaks for that matter. We have to be very deliberate about our time, and not just with our home and responsibilities at home, but our children and our husbands and all of those things. And so when we are being deliberate with our time, you can be smart. And one of the things that I like to do is I have a go bag. I'm going to grab my go bag actually. And this is my go bag. So when I'm going to the car, I'll grab this, and it has a few things in it. And it looks like I need to replenish. I'm going to grab this. So this is actually my packet that has addresses in it, and I have cards in it. And so if I haven't written my cards, or if I know I'm going to be like this week, I know I'm going to be at the tire store for an hour and a half, so I'm going to grab my go bag. So I'm going to put these in there. But I also have embroidery, and I also have a book that I really am enjoying reading, and I have a notebook in there. And the reason why the notebook is in there is because I have a tendency to think about all of the different things that I need to work on, or something comes to mind like, oh, I forgot to do such and such or whatever. So this is my go bag for this week, knowing that I'm going to be in the car at least or stuck somewhere for at least an hour and a half, and that's going to help me so that I can write those notes to individuals who might need a note of encouragement. I also want to encourage you not to give up and not to beat yourself up. We have very high expectations of ourselves, and we don't always meet them. And that is usually when the most discouragement comes, and when anxiety and depression can sink in, and that can rob you of your joy. So I just want to encourage you to be gentle with yourself, love on your friends, and love on your family. I want to also share with you this fantastic book. So we had a speaker this weekend, Kari Patterson, and if I can find her on YouTube, which I'm sure she is, I'm going to link her and encourage you to read or find her and listen to her if she's speaking anywhere near you. But she wrote a book called Sacred Mundane, How to Find Freedom, Purpose, and Joy. And she, I'm going to read the bio on her because I was pretty oh, maybe it's not in this one. It's in one of the things I had. But she is a mom of 3 or 4 children, and 4 children. I had to think about that. 4 children, and she is a pastor's wife. And she says Kari Patterson reaches thousands of women worldwide through speaking events and her popular blog. Oh, she's a blog, Sacred Mundane. She's a pastor's wife, homeschool mom, Bible teacher, mentor, and passionate seeker of truth. At Patterson's request, all royalties from the sale of this book will benefit World Vision's work with women and children in need. And it says to visit her online at www.karipatterson, KARIPATTERSON.com. And this is why, one of the reasons why I think this book is so great for this, as a companion piece for this. It says, do you feel trapped in daily drudgery and disappointment, bogged down in dull domestic duties, or a boring job you can't stand? Where is the free, abundant, and purposeful life God promises? Do you wish you could take a break from the mundane to seek out the transcendent? Kari Patterson leads us to see that it's our ordinary days, filled with tedious tasks and frequent frustrations, that are working for us. When we invite Jesus in and let all things produce spiritual strength in us, we live mysteriously powerful lives of peace and joy. Truth. You are made new by dipping into the dirty, dusty dailiness of life, by letting your days transform your life. It is the secret, or the sacred mundane, that makes us new. So I want to encourage you, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, and just let them know that you love them, that you're thinking of them. When holidays come around, send out a special little card to someone where, we're coming on Halloween. And some people really have fun doing different things with Halloween, but there are some children that don't celebrate Halloween. But there are some fun cards for Thanksgiving. If you know a veteran, Veterans Day is coming up. There's lots of different things out there that you can just trigger a note of thinking of you, love you, that type of thing. So invest in a book of stamps, and Dollar Tree has some great thinking of you cards, blank cards, etc. And I just want to encourage you to hang in there. Blessings. We'll see you next week.